Today is the big day of the Saturn Neptune conjunction at the 0 degrees Aries point, the great reset, the great conjunction of 2026. I am Luna B, an astrologer, an embodiment coach, a retreat leader. And today we're going to dive into the energies of this week. It has been a huge week in astrology. And even if you're not so familiar with all of the planets, how are you feeling? How are you experiencing this week? And my invitation is for you to trust yourself, to trust your body, to tune in to yourself. So we have entered Pisces season right after an Aquarius solar eclipse. You could tune in to my video from last week where I talked about the eclipse. The eclipses are awakening times. They are karmic resets. Sometimes they bring stuff up from the past so that we could really do another round of healing, another round of growth. So, what did that eclipse bring up for you? What has the energy been like for you this week? Pay attention. We then entered into Pisces season, and Pisces is a water sign, the dreamer, the mystic, the intuitive one. So that's why I keep inviting you into trusting and tuning into your inner self. That's where the intuition lies. So we are right now in that beautiful month of Pisces. And to me, we had really learned so many lessons for each and every one of us about our intuition, about our spirituality. What have you been studying for the past 2.5, 3 years and brought some structure into? And now, today, we are at the 0 degrees Aries point. This is a world access point. It is a new beginning. It is the beginning of the zodiac. And it is a sign that stands for leadership, for authority, and for authenticity. But we get to know, what are we standing for? Where in the chart personally does this lie for you? Where is 0 degrees Aries? And if you don't know, I definitely invite you into consultation with me where we could dive into this because this is a really important reset. My link is in the comment below. And it is really my love language to support you in understanding how to embody the astrology. So, Aries rules the mind. And what I find is that for most of us, right, we spend most of our time in the mind. But how do we understand it through our body? And for me, I really had a big aha this week. I had quite a few moments where my nervous system got really jammed. Um, I hurt my back. I went for a beautiful massage, and this was happening yesterday. And the masseuse was so strong that I actually had to stop her. I said, no, 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 no. Like, this is way too much. And it started to trigger on a cellular level the fear that I was holding in my body. And I got to take that pause, stand in my authority, stand in my intuition, and just come back to my center and breathe. And then say, okay, I am safe. Let's continue. And let's continue gently. So, standing up for my body was an important moment for me. And for me, I am a Sagittarius rising, and at the bottom of my chart, this is landing in my fourth house on the IC point, which is all about rooting into safety, family, um, coming home, being at home with myself. But for everyone, this will affect you differently. So I am really would love to hear how it's affecting you, what has been showing up for you, and what practices do you get to bring in to bring structure towards where you're heading in your leadership, in your authority. And coming up next week, we're going to be heading into Mercury Retrograde. It's starting, I think it's the 25th of February. So, Mercury again is the mind, it is the nervous system. I actually love Mercury retrograde because I was born under Mercury retrograde. So, it's again, it's a homecoming. Things slow down when we talk about Mercury retrograde. A lot of people talk about technological breakdowns, traffic jams, travel plans, things not going smoothly in their communication. So once we know that this is happening, we get to start to maybe slow down a little bit all of our um, patternings. And if our days are jammed, just leaving a little bit extra space in between, getting there early for your flights, double checking things. I've definitely been showing up this week. Me and my partner, we booked a getaway for 24 hours and we booked the wrong dates. So we definitely didn't double check it. And these things happen, right? So being really cautious about, if you're traveling and your travel time. So that's going to be 3 weeks. We'll be in Mercury retrograde. And right now, my invitation for each and every one of us is, what does embodied leadership mean for you? This is really, really key for Aries. This is key for the times that we're in. And what actions do you get to start committing to? So, really declaring them and putting structure around them. So, Neptune is the planet of freedom and unconditional love and expansion. And we've learned so much having Neptune and Pisces. But if it's just in your head, these dreams without the action, they don't come into reality. And Aries is inviting that action. And it's not going to happen in a minute, but we get to create a plan. So, wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Again, what's coming up? I'm leading a retreat, co leading a retreat with Judith Rich in Costa Rica. It's going to be magnificent. It's March 24th to 29th in a beautiful, beautiful, luscious retreat center at Embody Yoga. So if you're being called to be held in soul growth with astrology and wise teachings, that is the theme. We'll be practicing yoga and going on day trips to waterfalls and being treated like queens. So I'll put that link as well. Wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Namaste. Luna B.